What is the fastest that you can run in Minecraft? Well, when you give yourself a speed 2 potion, you can run up to as high as 8 blocks per second. But let's be real, is that really fast? No. So I decided to go from speed 2 to speed 256, the highest amplifier you can give a speed effect. So instead of running this fast, now we run this fast. Max speed can make you run up to as high as 293 blocks per second. So with all this in mind, I will be attempting to beat the entire game with max speed, and it will be very easy. Spoiler alert, it wasn't easy. So the good thing about this is that I'm really fast, however the issue is that I'm really fast. Even shifting doesn't save me, as I'm still abnormally fast to the point where I almost catapulted myself into a ravine. Great start. Okay, but one thing I found is I move around at normal speeds whenever I'm in water. So I could use this to navigate the ravine a little more safely and gather our first bits of coal. Also, I really do just have a thing for catapulting myself in this. Once finding some iron, we get kindly interrupted by a creeper, then a zombie, then a skeleton, and then another goddamn creeper, putting me down to 3 hearts. I decided to not be stupid and quickly smelted the iron that I already had in order to craft myself a shield. So now I could not only deal with the large amount of mobs easier, but I can also move around even slower than I could before, so now the challenge won't be as frustrating. Except I still got hit and I'm now at 1.5 hearts, I'm a bit of an idiot. I healed myself the best as I could for the time being and went on to get all of the iron I needed and blocked myself off to smelt it all. Once I had full iron armor, I left the ravine to go get some food and then came back to find a lava pool to head to the Nether. Also, I'm being taunted with the absurd amount of iron all around me after I already got all of the iron I needed. But after a bit of exploring, I managed to find a lava pool and made a Nether portal. Going in, I immediately spawned on an island, so I was forced to use most of my blocks to bridge to some nearby terrain. Bridging with max speed is really weird as well. I'm able to just hold S whilst on the corner of the block and bridge perfectly fine. But after that, I eventually managed to spot a fortress and begin to head in. The blazes were initially fine to deal with, however there were a lot more wither skeletons than I imagined, and with them doing a lot of damage as is, and me still being a little inconsistent with moving around, I was constantly getting hit and having to use a ton of food. I even managed to get as low as 2 hearts, I'm a bit of an idiot. Despite all of this, I managed to kill enough blazes to obtain 8 blaze rods and start to head out. I hope that I now wouldn't run into any more wither skeletons whilst leaving the fortress, but let's be real, is that really gonna happen? No, they're still everywhere I go. And alright. Because of how much I've had to use my shield for this challenge, it was already down to really low durability. So I instead thought of using blocks to defend myself against the wither skeletons. Unfortunately for me, I had a whole 2 blocks at my disposal. So I just had to mine the nether bricks around me, and then I could finally kill the last of the wither skeletons and finally leave the fortress. I had passed a warped forest biome on my way to the fortress, so now I had to go back there and farm endermen for pearls. As an alternative to going into a bastion because piglin brutes are mean. So now I went through a cycle of finding an enderman, taking like 30 seconds to get the enderman to a bow, start critting it out, and then only sometimes getting an ender pearl. Over and over again for like 20 minutes. At least I can say at this point I wasn't catapulting myself as much as before. Despite that, I ended up completely running out of food and had to take some time out of enderman killing to instead try and kill hoglins. Also, I accidentally put my crafting table into a furnace. But after what felt like ages, I finally got 16 ender pearls and returned back to my portal. Once returning to the overworld, we mined the iron that taunted us earlier due to my sword and shield being really low on durability, and left the ravine for good to start finding the stronghold. I imagine that this is where the positives of being super fast would play out, as it would take like no time at all to run all the way to where the stronghold was. But Minecraft decided to make me go across an entire ocean instead of allowing me to actually enjoy max speed. Thank you, Minecraft. At least I had 4 dolphins with me for a little bit. And now I thought it was going to take ages for me to make it to the stronghold. Spoiler alert! It's right there. Oh wait, that's literally it. What the hell? That's just it right here. What? Along the way, I managed to find 3 diamonds in a chest, and also realized I had literally no wood or crafting table to replace my damaged tools at all. So after locating the portal room, I had to leave the stronghold to go to a nearby shipwreck to get some wood, and then come back to the portal room to fully decide if I was ready for the Ender Dragon battle. And after crafting a new shield and diamond sword, I jumped straight into the end. Considering the fact that I didn't have a bow at all, and how good of a friend water had been at the start of this challenge, I did the strategy of using water to climb to the top of each tower and destroy each of the crystals. Except I did conveniently have a crossbow, which I used for like a little bit. Even with this strat, I was still prone to getting randomly attacked by the dragon and getting really low for like the 7th time. Another concern was the fact that I still had basically no food left. I needed to ensure that I didn't get obliterated by the dragon any longer to survive. But luckily, I managed to pull through and destroyed the last crystal. And now, all I had to do was just not be an idiot again, and I would finally be able to complete this challenge. But just before that, let's almost catapult ourselves for one last time, and then get the dragon down to just a couple more hits. It was also here where the dragon decided to not come down for ages for dramatic suspense, I guess. But after a while, it finally came down and the challenge was finally over. Let's go! I collected all of the XP, got the dragon egg, and just like last time, made a trophy stand back in the overworld. The game also decided to completely reset my max speed effect right when I left the end, so I truly am free now. And with that said, thank you all for watching this video, and goodbye.